joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And looking at that Jazz matchup, that's one to mark on the schedule. It's their 5th game of the year, and we should start to see their lineups get sorted out.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, Conley and Edwards are the guards. McDaniels is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Reed in at the center position. And for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. And it's Jackson in at the small forward. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Some guards are absolutely fearless working inside, and Morant very high on that list.
Memphis shooting their first free throws tonight, the first trip to the stripe in this one. The first one falls. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Yep, it counts.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now, here's Bane. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. Now, here's McDaniel. Defended by Aldama. And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for McDaniels. So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future. Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with All-Star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. McDaniels passes to Conley. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Using that near 7-foot frame, Aldama says not today.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Good on the triple.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Aldama can't hit.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And good, he hits it again.
And for this franchise, he's now tied the record for most points in a single season.
That tells you all you need to know about him offensively. He is ultra savvy and ultra skilled. Here's Bain. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, Bain is a strong dude. He's built to play through contact.
And, you know, Stan, we've watched Desmond Bain evolve into a number one option on offense. He's always been there, but now he really is at the top of the heap.
Yeah, he sure is. Look, Kevin, you know, he came into the league as a three-point shooter, and he's a great one. But he's developed his game off the dribble, very good mid-range shooter, and he's strong enough to finish around the rim.
And the defense of the Timberwolves, Stan, as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Even now, Stan, in his late 30s, Mike Conley's still able to perform at a very high level.
Well, Kevin, his father was a gold medalist in track and field. So even as Mike Jr. has maybe lost a step, he's still able to compete athletically.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
Well, respected both on and off the floor, Conley is one of those guys that leads by example.
And Conley drops them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Up top, Morant, covered by Conley. Bain looking around, launches a three. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
The defenses should always expect this from Bain. He's a skilled distance shooter.
Morant against Conley. Here's McDaniels. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Morant against Conley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Michael Conley picks one up. You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
Yeah, the defender all over.
It's his first trip to the line.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Shoot 2.
He misses the free throw. What a rise for Taylor Jenkins, working his way, Stan, from the G League, an assistant there, to NBA assistant, and now to NBA head coach. Wow.
Wow is right, Kevin. And Taylor Jenkins, one of the best coaches in the NBA. This is a guy who just kept grinding and learning. I think sometimes coaches get too concerned about when they're going to get their opportunity. Taylor Jenkins was always concerned about being ready when his opportunity came.
I think you and I are alike. We root for the grinders, don't we? The guys that have really worked to climb that ladder.
I certainly do, Kevin.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Edwards dishes to Conley. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. That shot wide open. Alexander Walker's got 5 now.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others out there.
Aldama with the ball. McDaniels defending. Bangs home the trifecta. Baines got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Grizzlies. The Timberwolves have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. McDaniels, a screen on Payne. Payne against Edwards. Stolen by Jackson. Morant scanning the floor. And McDaniels with the block.
McDaniels is such a disruptive defender. Inside, outside, he's a pest everywhere.
And it's in there.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Aldama with the ball. McDaniels defending. Payne, no good.
Oh, you gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Reed, it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Out to the right wing. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's McDaniels.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And he knocks down the first one. After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Stan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27-55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bain.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Jackson. Brandon Clark comes in for Santi Aldama. And Pippen subbed in for Bain. Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Last year, coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
And the first one at the line is good. And so, Alexander Walker nails both of them.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Here's Morant. And rejection by McDaniels.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Dillingham. Guarded by Pippen. Fires for three. Dillingham, no good. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And it's Clark slamming it down.
Well, even when there's not an open passing lane, Ja will create one. He is an excellent passer.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Edwards against Pippen. Edwards kicks to Reed. Pass to McDaniels. Now, Alexander Walker. 7 points in the game. 2 on the clock. And it's rebounded by Morant.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Now here's Jackson. Down low. Here's Morant. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Morant is just a force of nature. Exceedingly difficult to guard him without foul.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. That free throw, no good.
Well, Morant is so athletic, and he finds himself at the free throw line a lot.
Good on the second free throw. Last outing for Memphis, they won that game against the Pistons. They set the pick. Edwards looking it over. From downtown. And got it! Another basket.
And he's done it. A new single-season franchise scoring record. Great accomplishment from him in what's been an incredible run.
It's been a season for the ages for him, and one that will go down in the history of this franchise. Morant kicks to Pippen. Just 5 on the clock. Into the lane. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you've got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Some changes for Memphis. Vince Williams comes in for Jackson. And it's Kennard in for Morant. And a change for the Timberwolves. Garza's checked in. Here's Edwards. And he drops it in from the low post. Edwards got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here's McDaniels, and finished off by McDaniels.
Flashing his athleticism on the drive. I like when McDaniels takes initiative on offense.
Clark, and rebounded by McDaniels. McDaniels got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside, here's Edwards. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Pistons in Detroit. Outside, Edwards. Traps in the tray. Edwards got 13.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Williams passes to Kennard. They need this, and that's 2 points on the layup.
At this kind of range, it might almost be too easy for Kennard.
Here's Alexander Walker. He has 7. Outside, Edwards. McDaniels, a screen on Kennard. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. McDaniels got his 3rd basket of the night.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Now, here's Clark. 5 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. Pippen misses. At the elbow, it's Dillingham. And the slam dunk by Dillingham.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
For 3, Pippen drills it from outside. He's got 7. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Timberwolves ahead, up by 4. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
On the court for Minnesota, Reed is out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's Conley, and it's Shannon in at the 2. Here's Pippen. And rebounded by McDaniels. Minnesota leading by 4. Pass to Conley. Screen by McDaniel. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
First free throw is good. And Conley drops them both. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Pippen kicks to Jackson. Pass to Eldama. Here's Pippen from past the arc. Minnesota with the rebound. Reeves got 5 rebounds tonight.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
from about 16. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Reed's got the lead up to 8 now for Minnesota. Pippen, the pass to Bane. Pippen sets a screen for Bane. Here's the 3. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, he's a bona fide 20-point-per-game scorer. Desmond Bane's been terrific tonight. I'd keep going to him.
Here's Reed, and oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. Pass to Bane. Top of the key, Pippen. Memphis moving it around. Outside, Bane. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Off target from three-point range. Minnesota leading by 5. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Williams with a clean look. No good on the triple. And Clark has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Pass to Reed. Clark up top. 5 on the clock. Here's McDaniels. Got a piece of it. For Memphis, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Pippen sets a screen for Bane. Shoots the 3. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Well, that's what makes Bane so difficult to guard. He can hit that deep 3, but if you play too tight on him out there, he'll drive right past you.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to talk to his guys. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The Grizzlies 4th.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Now here's McDaniels. 7 points in the game. Clock at 6. Here's Reed. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Just one of many things Reed contributes on the floor. His ability to save plays by just being in the right place.
Jackson kicks to Bane. Outside Pippen. Bane with the screen on Conley. It's Pippen with the drive. The 15-footer. Basket counts. Pippen's got 9.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Conley, the pass to Reed. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. It's a victory here for the home team. Last time these guys met.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
So for the Timberwolves, their last game a win against the 76ers. Here's Shannon, guarded by Bane. McDaniels up top. 7 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. To the paint. Pippen with it. Driving in. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Looking here at some numbers for Bane. Great showing for him last season. He averaged about 23 points per, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
And he makes the first. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. A guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Buries it from three-point range. Shannon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pippen dishes to Jackson. Pass to Bain. For three. Rebound, Minnesota. McDaniels got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Reed with a screen on Williams. Clark with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Here's Bain. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 8 rebounds in this game. Shannon passes to Conley. Pass to Shannon. Three-pointer. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Grizzlies have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game.
At the line for your Grizzlies, 2 shots.
Free throw good from Pippen.
And he didn't go to the line once in the first half. But now he's figuring out how to draw contact and get himself to the line.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Timberwolves leading by 5. And here is Clark. Pass to Shannon. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Pippen against Conley. Shot's good by Pippen. Pippen's got 7 now in this quarter.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Clark against Williams. Pass to Conley. 6 to shoot. Reed with a screen for Conley. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Reed misses. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reed after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing them, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Pass to Shannon. For the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Inside, Aldama, and got hung up on the dunk. Not quite enough elevation there, I guess. Clark dishes to Conley. Back to Clark. McDaniels sets a screen for Clark. Pass to Reed. They could use a bucket. Will not drop. He's shooting 3 for 8 and not happy about it. Williams against Clark. Now Bain. 20 points for him. Puts up a 3. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries. Here's Clark. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Garza's checked in. Alexander Walker comes in for Clark. Edwards has come in for McDaniels. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's Jackson. Morant outside. Back to Jackson. Morant outside. Just 4 to shoot. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morant's got 5 points so far. Here's Dillingham. Guarded by Morant. Pass to Edwards. Jacks up a 3. Edwards cashing in from outside.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Right side Bagley. Here's Jackson. Defended by Alexander Walker. A 3 from Morant. And they'll get another chance. There's Jackson with the 3. Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Alexander Walker. 7 points in the game. Edwards a screen on Jackson. Pass to Edwards. There's 1:54 left here in the second. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Free throw good, Edwards. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
And a tough opening half for him in terms of his free throw shooting.
Shooting 1.
That's good from Morant. Stan, I've always admired you come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Morant outside. Stolen away. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Dillingham with the bucket. Now it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Here's Jackson. Clark outside. Here's Morant. And he uses the glass on the way. Morant's got 10.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Pass to Shannon. Edwards a screen on Clark. Here's Shannon. And the 3 ball is good. Shannon's got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan courtside. Give me a beat. The referee has decided. One more time around the ball for our contestant.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
I think for the Timberwolves, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And turning our attention back to that first half of action, guys, Anthony Edwards was in complete control.
The Ant-Man cometh. Few guys are more valuable to their teams, and he hasn't even reached his ceiling yet.
Yeah, his combination of strength and explosiveness are rare.
He's like a smaller version of young Shaq. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been a clinic out there by Desmond Bane.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 5-point game. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. And it's Jackson in at the 5. Home in the paint. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Morant just doing a nice job absorbing the hit there.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line. That's good from Morant.
Boy, it's been so hard to watch at times. I mean, he's missed so many of his foul shots tonight. Good to see him finally come through there.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
To the middle. Here's Edwards, and the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on Desmond Bane.
And you don't like to concede the free throws, but it's better than getting flushed on.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game. Free throw good, Edwards.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
No good on the 2nd free throw. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Bane. No good that time. Timberwolves shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Alexander Walker. And the rejection by Jackson. Loads it up there for Morant. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And that's big-time stuff there. Morant looking unafraid to go get those lobs and finish them.
Pass to McDaniels. To the inside. Here's Alexander Walker. Lays it up and banks it in. Alexander Walker's got 11 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Back to Morant. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Alexander Walker on the wing. Conley with the screen on Bane. Pass to Edwards. A three. Score the basket. His 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Back to Morant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Edwards. And he goes big with the tap right over Ja Morant.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Bane passes to Jackson. Back to Bane. Fires from deep. Drills the three-pointer. Bane's got 23 points.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
And now a look at the numbers for Edwards. Last season, he played outstanding, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
Oh, yeah, one of the most dependable scorers in the league. He really saved him in several games a season ago. Minnesota leading by 5. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Beyond the arc. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Grizzlies. Hits it from three-point range. Now just a 2-point Timberwolves lead.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. For the tie. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Anthony Edwards.
The explosiveness on the drive. Morant just attacks the D with aggression.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Alexander Walker. And again, unable to change momentum here. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Jackson kicks to Bane. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. For the lead, Reed with the block.
Well, Reed really gets after it on defense. He's a big man that loves coming up with blocks.
Jackson down low, defended by Alexander Walker. Aldama with the ball. Scoreless thus far. And the dunk by Jackson.
see incredible timing on that alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Edwards against Bain. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
At the elbow, Conley. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And this is the right play by Conley, sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for Memphis.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another thing they've really excelled at tonight is protecting the rim. Shooters keep getting their shots swatted away by this squad.
First one falls for him. And Conley drops them both. Memphis trailing here. Now here's Morant. 19 points in the game. Down low. Here's Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Jackson Jr. can go over either shoulder. He can face up. He's a tough cover in that.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
Both free throws good from Jackson.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Conley, the pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. For 3, Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists in the game.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Jackson up top, guarded by Reed. Here's Morant. And yes, it's good. Morant's got 8 here in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Reed. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Memphis. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bain seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
4 on the clock. High post try. Bain, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Jackson has the open look. And the 3 off target. Minnesota's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And here is McDaniel. 7 points in the game.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
On the wing, Jackson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Williams, he's checked in for Memphis. Minnesota also with the sub. Dillingham's checked in. Outside Edwards. move inside by Edwards.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Now Morant. He's got 21. To the paint. And Jackson throws it down hard.
You can tell how confident Jackson Jr. is working the pick-and-roll set. He moves with real purpose.
Minnesota shooting reasonably well, 45%. Here's Dillingham, guarded by Morant. Oh, Edwards!
Well, we've seen this movie before. Edwards is rolling, and his energy right now is infectious.
Jackson against McDaniel. Back to Morant. Dillingham with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Here's Reed. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Jackson dishes to Jackson. Payne for three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. McDaniel's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one's on Morant.
Well, McDaniels is a physical player. He doesn't mind getting roughed up a bit while trying to score.
The free throw drops from McDaniels.
And you think back to when McDaniels was drafted. Everyone talked about his potential. Now they're talking about his consistency as a contributor, especially at the defensive end.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Jackson. Brandon Clark comes in for G.G. Jackson. And Pippen subbed in for Bane. He hits both from the stripe.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Morant drives in. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Here's McDaniels. Knocks down the 3-ball. McDaniels got 12 points in the game.
Well, look, you want to put your guys in a position to succeed. McDaniels is more comfortable operating off the catch than he is initiating.
Here's Morant. Clark. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
There's the pass to Alexander Walker. And the rejection by Clark.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Puts it up off the inbound. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Pippen outside. Clark a screen on Edwards. Pippen for three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Over in the corner, Edwards. Pass to Dillingham. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Jaden McDaniel.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Pippen outside. Morant with the screen on Edwards. Pippen for three. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Edwards against Pippen.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Williams. How he performed last season. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
And the first one drops.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
So he gets them both.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Here's Morant. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Morant's got 12 points in just the second half. Here's Dillingham. For 3, Edwards. Rebound by Williams.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
A floater, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
You got to be in control when you go to the rack, and he was not. You can't just run guys over.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
Here's Edwards, stolen by Pippen.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Pass to Morant. Over Dillingham. He nails it, and we're tied up. Morant's got 27 points.
Well, look, you need a bucket, go to him. This is exactly what he's built to do.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Memphis Grizzlies. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Back right after this. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Clark is out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's Dillingham, and it's Shannon in at the 2.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And Clark slams it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Pippen. Garza pulls it in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Williams. Some solid defense from Clark. And Clark has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. The lead is 2. Inside, McDaniels with the bounce pass. Here's Dillingham, guarded by Pippen. Here's McDaniels. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It goes on Brandon Clark.
Smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Jaden McDaniels. 1 shot.
The free throw drops from McDaniels. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Outside Pippen. Over Dillingham. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Pippen's got 19 points. Smart accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for 2, Williams.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Williams. And Williams drops them both. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Shannon. 6 to shoot. And he's good on the 3 ball. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
A developing part of McDaniels' game that could elevate him to the next level.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pippen, no luck.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And Memphis making a change here. Baines checked in. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
McDaniels, a screen on Bain. Edwards with it, down low. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pippen finds Bain. Clark a screen on Edwards. Bain, no good. Timberwolves leading by 6. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Baines got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Williams. Bain with it. Lets it go from deep. No good on the shot.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
McDaniels. And the call on the shot and sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniel, taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. That one misses. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 7. Williams finds Clark. Bane with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Well, I'll tell you what, you never want to foul Bane in the act. He is automatic at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, you know, Bane came into this league a terrific shooter. Now he's a terrific scorer. He can do it all.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Santi Aldama comes in for Clark. And it's Jackson in for Williams. Reed, he's checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for Dillingham. Minnesota leading by 5. Pass to McDaniels. And here's Reed. For 3, Edwards. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him.
Might be time for a little different approach. His shot hasn't been falling here in the second half.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Guarded by Jackson. Pass to Reed. Outside Conley. A 3 ball. Sinks the triple. Conley's got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
Bane finds Aldama. Back to Bane. Conley against Pippen. Jackson setting the pick here for Pippen. Tries again. And the layup by Jackson.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Now here's Conley.
And just using that experience, Conley adept at drawing contact and getting to the line.
Shooting for Minnesota. Mike Conley. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Grizzlies trail by 7.
Anthony Edwards. His 4th personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Jackson. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson. He's off on the second.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
There's a screen by Aldama. Pippen for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Pippen's got 24 points.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Jalen McDaniels. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And since halftime, he's made a concerted effort to get to the line. Be aggressive. Great stuff.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Morant's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Banked in off the glass. He's got 29 points.
Wow, it's like Ja has the ball on a string.
Edwards against Bain. And here's Edwards. Screen by McDaniel. Edwards. And it's a great finish!
Oh my gosh. Well, Edwards is so strong. He'll complete the play unless you wrap him up.
Anthony Edwards at the line for one.
Free throw good, Edwards.
Well, what you have to love about Edwards is his drive. This is a guy that wants to be an all-time great when it's all said and done.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Michael Conley picks one up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
2 shots.
Take break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Morant. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. 4-point game. Pass to Alexander Walker. Kept alive, Minnesota. McDaniels passes to Conley. Just 5 to shoot. To the paint. A second chance effort. And Reed with the lay-in. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
That's how you know Conley is right out there.
To the middle. Here's Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Pass to Edwards from the arc. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And if you thought the break would slow him down, you were wrong. He remains red hot from deep.
A kick out to Bain. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. McDaniels passes to Conley. Now Reed. Back to Conley. There's the pick. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Count it.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive. But he can't do it all by himself.
Morant against Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Now Morant. Pass to Jackson. The tray. Nailed from three-point land. Now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
Grizzlies breakers, everyone. Get loud once again for them.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Outside Edwards.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Edwards drops them both. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Morant outside. With the teardrop. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
And going up strong inside demonstrates confidence. Morant not afraid to get physical.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Dillingham's checked in. That's good from Morant. Both good from the line that time.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Here is Edwards. McDaniels, a screen on Bain. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Edwards. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stolen by Reed. McDaniels against Bain. 1:49 left here in the 4th quarter. For 3, Edwards. A three-pointer is right on target. Edwards got 45 points.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
And then Morant slams it in.
Yeah, and Morant just makes it look so easy pulling off a move like that. Unreal.
And here's Edwards from the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Stolen by McDaniels. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, look, Edwards doesn't back down from anyone. He embraces getting physical on the way out.
Drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Driving inside. 1:04 left in the fourth. The layup missed. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Pass to Edwards from deep. The offensive rebound. And Reed throws it down.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And that one's good. Morant.
Well, look, Aldama is a very good passer out of the front court.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
It's good. Edwards got 49 points in the game.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And look, Edwards has a lethal pull-up game. It's one of the things that makes him so difficult to guard.
Count it, good. Morant's got 43 points. Here's Dillingham. And so the Timberwolves take the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Mike. Congrats on the win. It looked like you guys stayed with your identity tonight. You think so?
Yeah, we wanted to just play our game, stick to what we do best, get the ball inside, score in the paint, just try to make easy plays. And I think that's what we did, and we're able to just build off of that.
You guys are one of the best teams at staying to what you do. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.